And welcome to Who Got Lyrics with Montana Black and J Rag right here at the Royal Space Academy podcast site in Montgomery Mall. And we have another exciting episode for you guys today.
Episode 3.
This is episode 3.
Who Got Lyrics?
Episode 3 of Who Got Lyrics, J Rag and Montana Black. Listen, if y'all don't know, we are the only two MCs that signed ourselves to our own labels. Like, bring your mic up a little bit. At least from Philadelphia. Like I know it was done in other cities and states, but in Philadelphia, I have yet to hear of an artist signing themselves to their own deal. Other than, and I didn't even know Rag had did it until we had that conversation. And I gotta let you know, bro, I'm highly impressed because a lot of people don't even go in that direction. They want the bag from somebody else.
They want the money.
Yeah,
it's easier that way.
And speaking of record deals and music, the industry has been really weird lately. Would you say?
It's different. It's definitely different from when we started, and before,
for sure,
and before us.
For sure,
our
absolutely.
predecessors. It's so before you needed the A&R department, you needed the machine behind you to feed the radio stations and support and the promotion.
Yes.
And to fund the label and to get your advances and the studio time and features and.
Listen, I was
everything.
watching an interview. I think it was Nori on Drink Champs with Papoose, and he was saying how when he signed the $1.5 million deal with Jive, they had a clause in the contract to where as though they was able to get out of the deal and keep the money. Whereas though,
I've seen that before.
Well, he was saying like they was blocking him. You know how
given a certain amount of production or a certain amount of material?
No, he never even dropped the album. His album was called Nasarima Dream that he was supposed to drop on Jive. And the only reason why I know that, it was Papoose.
Okay, all right.
I was running with Big Lou and K Slay and all of them while that deal was happening with Pap, and I actually brought him to Philadelphia. But while he was signed to Jive, I don't know how Slay got this clause in the contract, whereas though if the label didn't hold up to their end, right, it was null and void. And the label didn't hold up to their end because they didn't follow the protocol to where as though they drop a single, then put the R&B single. He said they was blocking him from all the R&B artists because they was all signed a job, like T-Pain, R. Kelly, Chris Brown. Everybody was on Jive at that time.
Yeah.
So without that single, and he said he was supposed to do a single with R. Kelly, and he was grateful that didn't happen.
Yeah, but at the same time, that was like a golden ticket.
Yeah,
at that time.
That was a definite hit. That was a for sure hit.
Yeah.
During that time, the early 2000s, R. Kelly had it sold up. Then it was T-Pain or Chris Brown.
T-Pain was another one. During that run, T-Pain was a guaranteed.
That was guaranteed
radio hit.
Yeah, for sure, 1,000%.
So do you now? How do you? Okay, so let me ask you. While we're talking about that, are you able to separate the artist from his personal life, the music from his personal life in perfect instance?
I don't think it's a matter of me doing the separation. The artists need to do the separation, and a lot of artists don't.
I just meant as far as listeners, they're like, oh, let's.
So when I listen to his music now, I can hear the pedophilia.
Yeah, you can. They like age ain't nothing but a number.
Like
with Aaliyah.
So before you were even aware of the pedophilia, right? Age ain't nothing but a number. It sounds a little sus, but you don't think that he's going to go into it, right, from that perspective.
Now putting it together.
But now when you put it together, you sit back and you listen to the records, you can hear the pedophilia in the records.
But I just meant like, so people are like, cancel with the cancel culture that was happening with now granted R. Kelly
the music
girls and all that,
right,
that's crazy, but can you still listen to R. Kelly records, or do you just not listen to the artist and consider them?
It's difficult for me to answer that question because being an artist, I try not to listen to other artists so I don't mix their sound into mine. Like, I'm going to hear the music.
Now, I would say the opposite. Like, but I don't put it in my music, but it's like inspiration. or
Right. So the music that I hear,
no goal to sound like anybody.
the music that I hear that spills over, that's I get inspired by. Somebody might tell me about a song or want me to listen to a song that they like, and yeah, that joint was dope. That joint was fire. But I would rather listen to underground, independent artists, right? Because that's the next wave. That's the future wave.
So yeah, that's what I got in later was when I was finding new artists to write and produce for.
Yes.
The ghostwriter.
Yes.
Is what I've been
Labeled
as.
yeah.
Which is fine. The guy that writes the songs but doesn't get the credit, but I get the money, so it's fine. But anyway, so I would go on YouTube.
Are you at liberty to even discuss who you wrote for?
Some I can and some I can't.
Okay.
So, because of the time, what do they call it? It's too early. Too soon.
Okay, it's too soon.
But yeah. So I was going on YouTube and finding artists that I like, and I'm like, he's doing crazy covers, and they're getting momentum, and some people might be able to pick this up. Who maybe one of the people I'm talking about without saying it. So if you do, that's what's up. But you're getting hella fucking traction by YouTube covers, and I'm like, man. So I would reach out and be like, yo, let me send you some original music, some original songs, and built relationships with them, and would give them songs and stuff to.
That is a great idea.
And then and then they would blow up because they were already blowing up off of doing covers, big covers that would get millions of views, but had no original music.
Right.
And so
I didn't know.
Shooting emails. I would reach out on YouTube, their Instagram, and I would just DM them. And a lot of them got back to me, and I started writing them songs or asking them if they wanted me to just go for it or if they had something they wanted to say.
Did you reference the tracks yourself, or were they R&B tracks?
Some of them I did reference,
Okay.
the R&B ones, and then some of them I had other people do.
Okay.
Some of them I just sent them the lyrics and basically did my best to tell them, this is how it was designed to go, but do your thing with it.
Right.
Go
rearrange it.
Rearrange it. Don't be afraid to change some words that fit you better.
Right.
Might be a city reference that, Philly, work it in
Right.
to be Atlanta or
Right.
LA or wherever.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Because back in the day, we were writing songs for more hip hop then. I was, ghost writing for some people, and but then I was like, on a daily basis, I probably listen to more R&B than I do hip hop. And at this
stage, I definitely listen to more R&B.
So
I'm really not listening to a lot of hip hop right now. There's a lot of toxicity in it. A lot of I'm not gonna say masculine toxicity because I don't even know what that is. I don't know how masculinity can be considered toxic. Like that's like saying toxic femininity.
Yeah, but what is that? I don't know.
It's just a what is it called? Like a trigger word or something like that. In my opinion.
Yeah.
It's like a trigger word. But there's so much going on.
It's definitely toxic. Even the new R&B is toxic.
Yeah, there's no more love in the music. There's no more talking about falling in love, being in love,
falling
the
out of
courtship,
love, being hurt, hurting somebody.
Yes, yes. No more apologies.
Bedroom,
I think with the cheating records started all this. Keep it on the down low, and so I creep. Like there was a lot of cheating records.
There was a lot then. They just were worded differently.
Yeah, everybody wanted to be the best cheater. And see what they can get away with. Like I don't know, bro. Like hip hop has taken such a turn for the worst, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like where do you see it going at this point?
This was the first year that there wasn't a number one. 2025.
I wasn't mad at that.
Was the first time in a long time that there wasn't a number one record at any point that was a hip hop record.
But I wasn't mad at that. I'm kind of happy that it wasn't.
Years.
I'm happy that it wasn't because it gives us a chance to reset
and say, you know what? Now it's got to change into a different direction, or just
or get back to the direction that it was headed in. Because when hip hop first started, right, when it was just in its infancy, nobody wanted to play it. Nobody wanted it on their radio station. No. It was like straight R&B and none of that rap stuff, right?
Yeah. And then hip hop took over as far as the numbers, and R&B went.
well,
under the radar.
It only took over because of the numbers, because how it was toxified, right? It was pretty much, it went from Afrocentricity to hood murder mentality, right? And that's when it was allowed in the mainstream. I think it started in the mainstream. I think it started with NWA being hired by record labels to, like, it looked like an innocent record, but I think the record was a ploy. I think it was a ploy to start the wave of murder music, drill rap, right? So that hip hop would eat itself from the inside out. So once we get hip hop eating itself from the inside out, and now there's no hip hop on Billboard, the industry can be like, "See, I told you this would happen." Yeah, but it was encouraged because the Talibs, the Commons, the conscious rap wasn't getting signed. The only thing that was getting signed to labels was the toxic hood rap. So if that's all that's going to get signed, that's the only way I'm going to be able to feed my family. That's what they did.
But then they would start classifying artists like Common and Talib to like neo soul, hip hop. Then they were like,
yeah, they are hip. They were
calling it neo soul at one point.
Well, neo soul is a whole different genre.
And they had them clumped in with the neo soul artists like Jill Scott and because I remember performing down there on a card, and I was surprised.
Well, you got Jill Scott is definitely a neo soul.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Music is neo soul. Common Sense is not neo soul.
No.
Now, can he be on a neo soul record? Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Be featured
but
on
Common Sense is a hip hop.
He's a hip hop
artist. Not even a rap artist. Like, anybody can be a rap artist.
Could be a rapper.
Anybody, because we're sitting here rapping. Me and you, we're rapping right now. We're having a rap.
It's a play on words.
Right.
It's essentially.
So to be a hip hop artist, though, if you don't get no information out of that record after you finish listening to it, that wasn't a hip hop record. If you don't know something after you finish listening that you didn't know, right? That you didn't know, then that's not a hip hop record. That was a rap record.
So when I was an artist, I always classified myself as a hip hop recording artist, even though I was going for commercial success, and I was doing commercial songs that were in the commercial realm, or But it was because
keyword.
I think I was separating myself like for hip hop and R&B because I just didn't want to be classified as a rapper. I wanted to have more of a broad spectrum.
Recording artists.
Right.
The recording, right? Recording a record is an artistry because some people can rap, right?
They can make a song for shit. They can't do the format.
I'm not even talking about formatting a song. I'm talking about getting in the booth and emphasizing and bringing those words to life over a microphone is an artistry by itself, right? Voiceovers. The guy that plays Vecna on Stranger Things, he did. That was his voice. He did the voice. I thought it was a voiceover.
Yeah.
Like Darth Vader, it was James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
He didn't play Darth Vader, though.
I didn't know that until later.
Right.
He wasn't a physical character.
No.
He was when he had his mask on. He was doing the voiceover.
So going in the booth.
So
going in the recording booth and making a record, you have to be able to bring the character of the artist to life, the same way you would do an artist on a character on a movie.
Yeah.
And a lot of rappers don't do that.
No.
Right. So.
And then a lot do.
And a lot do. Like, I think Ice Cube was the best at it.
Yeah.
Biggie was great at it.
The way he would ride.
Tupac
got my inspiration to
was an actor playing the role of a rapper.
So if you listen to a lot of my songs and verses, that my vocals will ride the bass of the.
Okay,
instead
and
of
that's different.
The hi-hat and the drum pattern, I would ride the bass. So.
I would tap dance.
Like I would, that was the inspiration for doing that.
Me personally,
really cool to way because it makes the flow different on every track.
I've never tried to ride the bass of a track, but that sounds interesting.
Because now, like you see everybody, like a lot of the songs, they all have the same delivery. The bars might be fire. That doesn't change the fact that they're a dope artist and have good music. But a lot of the flows and deliveries and cadences are the same. But if you do it where you ride the bass, like you have
change.
the potential to have a different flow on every song. And that was my goal, to have a different delivery on every song.
So do you think, and as far as song structure, do you think it is more important to have a recognizable flow, which would be a consistent flow, which would be the same flow on every song, or would it be more advantageous to have different flows for every record? As before you're known.
I'm gonna go with the latter. Before you're known. Okay, all right. I would say the middle of the latter. So I don't think because a lot of the times now when I listen to a song, and a lot of that has to do with production and the producers also. But a lot of Chris Brown's new album. A lot of it sounded the same. Like a lot of it sounded the same, even though they were different. There was so many similarities on each song that you could tell like one person is producing it and writing it. I believe.
So you don't think there was any diversity?
Yeah, I think his older albums had a lot more diversity on songs and tempos.
What about like his branding though? Like so now he has a brand, right? So doing something too far out of his brand might deter listeners.
It could, and it happens. Think about like artists that are like, we don't want you to adjust to what these new people are doing. We are fans of you for years,
right?
Because of what you do, what you're known for.
So let's look at it from this aspect.
Like Keith Sweat, for example.
Yes, he's crying on the beat.
He does what he does, you know, and he'll mix in some of the new modern stuff, but he does what he does.
And what he do is cry on a track.
Yeah.
And I was going to bring that to light, like
his voice isn't even like that.
With Nas.
It is, but it's
neither is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson got a deep voice.
He's got so much range.
It's not
that
really.
You don't know unless you see him live.
He don't really talk like this.
Shit, Keith Sweat can sing for real. Keith Sweat.
No, he can.
Yeah.
Keith Sweat can sing.
But he always does that. Nobody, that
through his nose,
instead of using his diaphragm and his throat. He's nasal. On a lot of the songs.
What I was going to say
Michael Jackson,
is Nas, right? When he did Uchiwali, that's not a Nas record.
That is not how you would.
That's not what you expect from Nas.
No.
Just like you don't expect Ludacris to do a revolutionary record.
I like that song.
Yeah, I like everybody on that song but Nas.
Okay, all right. I like Nas on that song. I like that song altogether. Not his best work.
I bet you don't know that verse.
No, I can't remember.
No.
Now, if it was playing, I could probably sing partially along with it. But just to go off the top right now, no. It's
but
not
the other verses, little young thing, go around my with your tongue ring.
Classic Nas that I could respect.
That's not Nas. That was somebody on the record. I know the people that was on the record verses more than I know Nas verse.
All right. Okay.
Right. So I wouldn't expect a revolutionary record from Ludacris.
No, you expect
a goofy
playing around with bars and wordplay and innuendos, and because that's what you expect from Luda.
I expect
now if he sang
inflection on a Luda record.
You'd be like, that's Luda.
Yeah, imagine Public Enemy and Ludacris doing a record together.
That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't expect that from Luda. Not to say he can't do it.
He
can't do it now because we could, but it's not. It's not what it's.
It probably wouldn't be good though. Right. So
people wouldn't even give it the credit because it's not what they want. It's not what they expect from him.
Now, what about Fifth? What about 50? What do you expect from a 50 Cent record?
He's versatile, but as far as doing the commercial songs and the real club records, but when he does like songs like Many Men or any kind of, where he's actually trying to say something, I think he's able to do that too.
So what has 50 Cent actually said? Which when you say trying to say something,
I just meant as far as bars, but
yeah, what has been his message? What has been his mission statement? Get rich or die trying.
Kill, get rich, get money, die trying.
So that means
taking bitches to the candy shop.
Get money by any means, not get free, stay free.
That's never been his thing.
That's never been his thing.
Political rapper.
He's not a political rapper at all.
I'm not talking about dropping Trump bars. I'm just saying he's not a freedom fighter.
No.
by any means.
No. Who would you say is?
KRS-One. Are you talking about currently?
At any point.
Like,
At any point.
You know, you got. I don't know that anybody is now. Oh, that's not true. Killer Mike does have.
The man name is Killer Mike, bro.
I know that. That's kind of.
It's an oxymoron.
Yeah. But he does do.
No, he definitely
Conscious, spiritual.
he does revolutionary political
songs and music.
songs. Yes.
But yes, it is funny that his
But
name is
I would
Killer
give it
Mike.
to Kendrick.
Kendrick, yes. Yeah, Kendrick. Kendrick does. And he'll
Now,
mix
does he
commercial
act
songs
on it?
also.
That I don't know.
I don't know what he does with his personal life.
I don't know what he does with his. So like you asked earlier, can you separate the
Artist
artist,
from the music.
the person, from the music,
artist or from
Yeah.
the music.
Yeah.
Because I like R. Kelly, man. I don't fuck with him because he's got a clear history of pedophilia and little girls, and so I can't fuck with him on a personal level. But
Okay.
I still will listen to an R. Kelly song.
Okay.
I still fuck with R. Kelly music. Now I know Michael Jackson was acquitted, and even his accusers.
I don't think he ever. I don't think he ever.
I don't think that ever happened.
I don't think that ever happened as far as Michael
his accusers
Jackson.
came out and said that it never happened. My parents had forced me
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah, I
So
don't- I don't
believe
think-
that they were just. It was people out to get him.
Yeah.
But at the time, people could say, "I can't fuck with Mike anymore because of this."
Well,
But at the
not
time-
if you was a true Michael Jackson fan.
No, and to me, Mike is the best ever.
If you were a true Mike fan, you would not even have thought that propaganda was even remotely true.
No, I never believed it, man.
No.
I rode hard. I was like, nah, there's no way.
I
There's
think
just no
Michael
way.
Jackson definitely had a
Some
Peter
weird
Pan
shit.
effect.
Yeah, I think he put himself in some positions he shouldn't have been in. Shouldn't have had kids in his room, all that, But I think it was out of naive. It's hard to say too, man.
I'm gonna
He
tell you
was playing
this.
his business game.
I'm gonna tell you this, and this is personal, right? My kid's mother would try to let my kids sleep in the bed.
With you guys,
I'm not having it.
up until a certain age.
At no point.
I
At
just
no
don't think
point.
it's a good idea.
At
I
no
agree. I
point.
don't think it's a good idea because then they get comfortable and then it's hard to get them out of the bed.
Just I'm gonna say for the reason of like we slay on this bed. We do some nasty shit on. I don't want my
Yeah.
children
Laying
laying in the energy.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Laying in the frequency or the energy. Like somebody put me onto something a while ago. Like technically, you're not even supposed to have sex in the same house under the same roof your kids live under.
Yeah, and that's almost impossible. Think about that. It's almost impossible.
No, it's not.
Well, it's not impossible.
No, it's not. Because you was going to hotels before then.
Yeah, but if you
Like
have
it-
young kids and they're in the household and you guys are a family together,
Right.
you
You
make
don't.
another
It
kid
don't
or-
have to. You don't
You
have
don't have to though. I mean, but
You could
definitely put a stain on your sex
utilize
life.
hotels and
and that's assuming you can find somebody to watch the kids.
yeah,
Like.
but it would have to be scheduled. But
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this is a practice that I partake in.
No.
But
No, but it's
I do
possible.
think that it's a good look
And I
as
can
far
see-
as keeping your children out of sexual energy, because that's what the job of a parent is, to protect the children's gates, what they hear, see, eat, and feel.
Yeah, that's why with the schools and shit though.
Right.
I had an issue with them with the books they were putting in. I was like, if we, like that's for us to teach them
Yes.
certain shit. You shouldn't be teaching anything sexually related or transitioning or like telling
Oh,
them
yeah.
they
Oh,
gotta keep
oh,
that
no.
shit from the parents.
Oh, no.
Like,
Yeah,
all
no.
that is
No,
like,
no, no,
ooh,
that's-
ooh, ooh.
that's in- that's
Yeah,
insane.
I wasn't with that from the beginning.
That's crazy work
they
right
want to see
there.
them books, they can go to the library on our okay.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy
the
work.
schools shouldn't have control over doing that shit.
Now, what should the state have control over the school?
Yeah, probably. No, I don't know.
All right, so let's
I mean,
break
as
it
far as
down.
Government funding.
Let's break it
or
down.
controlling the curriculum.
What was schools invented for?
Okay, so you got preschool, and then the earlier years are for
All right, not the-
development. Well, I'm just gonna go through.
Okay.
And then for the early development teaching them to coexist, share, be around other people.
You can't do that in the home?
No, you can. But I'm saying as far as in group settings, like with other children, maybe your own single child.
Well, even if you do, you got nieces and nephews and friends and cousins and...
That's what it was created for social settings and teaching them how to acclimate.
Social
and to
settings.
Beginning of learning. And then for first grade is...
So let's think about the language.
The reading and the curriculum from that point.
Social settings, right?
Right.
Sounds like something you would do with your phone.
Social media settings?
Eh.
Okay, if you go deep dive, you probably could put the correlation together.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know, how it
sounds like something you would do. Social setting sounds like something you would do with your phone, right? So we got to think about who started the public education system. Do you know?
I do not. No, I hope you do.
Rockefeller.
Like the Rockefeller?
Yes. Schools were initiated.
But long before him, like they had some sort
they had
semblance of
classes.
School.
It wasn't really school, right? The only time you use the word school, can you use the word school in a sentence without talking about a educational institution?
A school of fish.
There you go.
You know.
So you get it? A school of
which is
fish.
also is a group of little fish.
Right.
That travel.
Right. So who's doing the fishing?
Well, that's what I meant by social setting. Without even using that analogy, it was set up for the younger years. Were set up for the social.
So the whole thing
wrong,
is set up to create employees.
Well, essentially at the end, yeah. Because
the whole thing from the beginning to the end.
Yeah. Especially
If you're going to
think about college, what it is. It's the last stepping stone, the last stage of you getting your path for whatever your career is going to be to earn money or whatever you're doing for a
college
living.
is to teach you how to research on your own.
And then high school is the prerequisite for that.
Yes.
You know, your the maths, the science, the algebra, all the things that lead up to whatever your career path is going to be.
Absolutely.
Even though most of it you don't end up using. Like I think in high school they
So
have more like,
if you're not going to use it, what was the point of it?
I guess for people that were going to be scientists or
so how many
architects.
So you got to think about it. This is a
Doctors,
group
lawyers.
setting, right? This is a group setting full of individuals.
Correct.
So how are you going to grade individuals in a group setting?
Especially when you have the larger classes.
You can't.
Like if you think about the public schools
You
that
can't.
have 50 or more.
So can you
it's
judge
hard.
a monkey against a fish on how well it swims?
That's fucking funny. No.
Can you?
Obviously not.
Yeah. Can you judge a fish on how well it can climb a tree?
Yeah, no.
No.
So you're lumping everybody into one thing.
Yes.
And it basically weeds out who's going to be successful and who's not.
It weeds out who's going to comply.
And the people that need the additional help
Not
or maybe
success.
a little bit more are not.
Nobody
gonna
needs
benefit.
help. Bro,
Some people
like
will
they
need
give you
more.
if I give you the answers from Monday to Thursday and then I test you on the answers on Friday, did I educate you or did I just make you compliant? You get the answers from Monday to Thursday. The test comes out on Friday. Now tell me what I told you. That's pretty much what school is.
And you also have to be able to retain that
So it's
information.
memorization.
Yeah.
It's not education. It's memorization.
Could be education if it's stuff you didn't know already.
Okay, so now we have to go into the levels of it, right? And we're just going to stick with the basic three: physical, spiritual, and mental. What didn't you know already? When you got here as an infant, what didn't you know already?
Yeah.
Like I remember the nurse coming into my daughter's room, right, after she was born, and the nurse going, goo goo gaga woo woo doo doo woo. I said, what the fuck is you doing?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to somebody that's looking at your mouth, learning how to talk?
Yeah. The baby talk shit.
Who? That is fucking satanic. That is diabolical. I have never Googled doo doo boo boo to an infant that is learning how to talk.
Yeah.
Or the so big. Nobody talks like that.
Come here, baby.
Nobody
It's like you're talking to a dog.
Nobody talks like that. I have always,
or shouldn't. I'm sure there's people that do talk like that. But
and if you do, you need mental help.
that might not be the one you want teaching your kids.
Yeah, right. And if you notice,
No,
the
but they learn how
archetype,
to read, they
the
learn how to
archetype
math.
of teachers are so similar across the board, whether they're male or female teachers. There's more female teachers than male teachers.
1000%.
So right there, that should raise some red flags. That should raise some red flags.
Why don't men want to do it?
It's not that men don't want to do it, right? The teachers, right, are the men that provide the infrastructure for the women that teach the kids.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? And, opinions are like assholes.
It's all
Everybody got
subjective.
one and they all stink.
There's an ass for every seat.
You know what I'm saying? But, I don't know. I think 50 is handing